live. It says live.
Hello, we are live. Geek Bomb. You're watching Geeks Unleashed, and this is where we get a guest on every single week. They will talk about what makes them geeky, what cool geeky thing that they're up to, and you get to talk to them directly and ask questions. Joining us as a geek bombshell on this particular show, we've got Ziana.
Hi.
And we're all delayed, so this is a lot of fun. And our guest, you may have heard all about Geek and Sundry's brand new show that's going to be coming out, I think it's on the 4th of June, correct me if I'm mistaken, through Hulu. It is called Spooked, and we have the star of the show. His name is Julian Curtis, and he's another Aussie!
Hey, what? That's me.
What?
What?
It is, that is you. Before we get stuck
Hey.
into the questions about you, a friendly reminder that if you are watching, comment below. We'll ask your questions directly. If you're on Twitter, use that hashtag Geeks Unleashed, and we are at Geek Bombshells. And already, if you kind of want to keep in touch with what we're doing, subscribe to the channel. So, first thing that we do is quick questions in the quick fire. I will ask you, Julian, 3 questions.
Yes.
They are random questions. You will have no idea what it's going to be. But
I'm nervous, you
the
guys.
first that comes into your head. Are you ready?
I'm nervous,
Fantastic.
but I'm ready-ish.
Now, I know that you're not like hardcore nerd like this, but I'm going to ask you a question and it will play on your childhood. Are you ready?
Okay, alright, hit me. Okay.
Who is your favourite Ninja Turtle?
Donatello.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
What book are you currently
I had
reading?
all the figurines. Oh, what book am I reading? I am reading Diary of a Drug Addict.
Oh.
That's a bit heavy.
It's a fictional book.
And what moment? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You're like my
It's so helpful. I'm like, this is
Now I'm really
so
embarrassed that I'm
helpful.
reading that book. Oh, I should have practiced that answer, like had like a political book or something.
Oh, yeah. Here's how to be very more professional. Meanwhile, I have the Harry Potter.
I love it. Okay.
All
Alright, I win.
And your final question is, what was the moment that when you realised that you wanted to be an actor?
Oh. Probably when I realised I couldn't be a tennis player.
Sorry to hear that.
But I thought I could play a tennis player one day.
Oh.
So I thought I'm never going to do this tennis thing, but I'll if I'm an actor, I can be many tennis players, including bad ones, which I was.
So you've already played a tennis star?
No, I want to play a tennis star.
Oh,
No.
bucket list. Okay.
A bucket list. Yeah.
Let's chat all things Spooked. How did this come about? What was the audition process like?
It was pretty lo-fi. It wasn't a scary audition. It was they were also nice, so it was good. And so I went in there and said some lines that were well written, and then you always think can I swear on this program? Can I swear on this? Okay, so you always think you always think you fuck it, and then you leave, and then you get the call saying they want to see you again, and you're like, oh, thank God, and then you go back in, and then I met Felicia was there, and Richard was there, who's the art director. And yeah, it was just good. Then I did a chemistry read with Ashley Johnson, who's amazing. She's just one of the coolest girls ever. And then yeah, it just worked, and luckily they hired me. They didn't think I was hopeless. So.
What did they say the brief was for you and the character that you're playing?
Oh, you know what? I don't really remember, but I feel definitely the character was written more confident than I ended up doing. Because I've turned him into this bumbling, awkward mess, which they liked that spin on it, but I didn't. When I first read it, he seemed a little bit more together than I kind of envisioned. But that's how it goes.
We are talking about Connor, and Connor is like pretty much like the head of the paranormal investigation team.
Yeah,
AKA
he's the mastermind. The Pits. Yeah, the Pits.
So it's a team of what, like geniuses that all have a particular thing to do?
Oh, God, no. No, we're the most awkward bunch of people you'll ever meet in your life. And, we're all, hopeless in our own way, and we're all just trying. We've all got the best intentions, and that's where the comedy kind of comes in. So we're the cheapest ghost hunters you can afford, and and we turn up, we fight our way through a case, and we get to a result each episode. So it's super fun. It's a funny show, and I'm really proud of it. So I think it's going to be good. I think people will like it. I hope.
So we've got Connor, who is the bumbling mess, even though he was supposed to be confident.
Uh-huh.
Tell us about the other members of Pits.
There's Derek plays Elliot, who is kind of he's like the fanboy. So he's got all the he references all your your Buffys and your Dawson's Creeks and your ETs and all that kind of stuff constantly. And then Ashley plays our Wiccan priestess, and maybe love interest, maybe. And then Neil is the guy that funds the team, and he plays Lindsay, and he brings us all our equipment and our Ghostbusters ready type technology.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's our team. And then there's my little sister who speaks to the dead as well.
Oh.
Piper. Yeah. It's wild. It's wild stuff.
Have you been were you a fan of the original Ghostbusters? And you're like,
yeah. Oh, absolutely. I think that Sigourney Weaver red dress is ingrained in my head. Remember? She's possessed, and she's on the roof. She's on the roof. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like flying out, and then what's his name? Rick Moranis is just standing there going, I don't know. It's amazing.
Amazing. Are you the gatekeeper?
Are you the gatekeeper? Exactly.
It's like, no, slams the door. Are you the gatekeeper?
Exactly.
Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
And what's it like working with Ashley Johnson? Because she's so young and she's done so much. She voiced, for everyone else watching, she voiced Ellie in The Last of Us. Yeah. She's been voicing characters for 15 years now. She's doing so well. Was it fun working alongside her?
Oh yeah, I have the biggest crush on her. She's just she's so cool. Like, and she's got it so together. Like, if I'd been doing this since I was 7, I'd be in rehab. But she's just the most normal, lovely girl, and just has it together, and isn't affected in any way, and I can't talk highly enough of her.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I read that there's a bit of you were saying, maybe potential love interest. I heard, maybe potential threesome, three-way, love triangle. My bad.
Love triangle. Okay, go. Maude, love triangle. It's not. There's not going to be a third episode. Wild Things 3-way with champagne.
I know you're about to educate me about. Maude, I know you're not getting much these days, but okay, a threesome is, and then a love triangle is, and we need to differentiate.
Yes.
Please.
Yes, definitely. There's a love triangle, but and there will be a winner crowned by episode 4, so you'll have to tune in to see what happens.
So for people within. Oh, sorry, you go.
No, I'm excited. I was wondering though, you work on a paranormal show, but do you actually believe in that kind of thing? That must seem really weird
what?
But
no, I'm a recent believer. So I was back in Australia last year, and I was doing a play back home, and I went up to my auntie's farm. And my auntie...
Whereabouts is this for us Aussies?
Oh, this is in Brisbane, but her farm is in Cowbar, which I think's past Toowoomba. Anyway, my auntie bought a little chapel that is next door to her farmhouse.
One way to get a demon possession. No, thank you.
Okay, exactly. Get ready for this story, right? Okay, so I'm sleeping, everything's great. I wake up, and, you need to go... when you wake up, you go to the bathroom. So I'm, going through the house, and... when you're half asleep, and so I'm going through the chapel, and I'm going past all the pews, the pews in a church. I'm going past all of them. There were no pews, FYI. They were but they were there. They were there, and then I get to this room, and I see this little boy in a corner crying.
What?
And I think it's my nephew. I know, I'm for real. I know I sound like a lunatic, but this just happened. And this little boy was in the corner crying, and I thought it was my nephew, and I was just like, oh, Hugo, who's my nephew. I'm like, Hugo, dude, seriously, I'm tired. Go back to bed. What are you doing to me right now? And then I get closer, and he turns, and it wasn't him, and I just like screamed and like woke up because we were staying in the chapel, which is probably a recipe for disaster. Anyway, so that's what's up. So I do actually believe in ghosts after that experience, and I really want to shoot a movie there.
I would die. I just watched.
Oh, I died.
What? Are you nuts?
I just watched The Apparition. I don't know if you guys have seen it with Ashley Greene and
No.
Tom Felton and stuff, and it's like one of those things where they call a spirit from the dead and then it comes through to our world. It's like Paranormal Activity and it like terrorizes them.
It sounds amazing.
Was the scariest thing. I'm like this at night. Shower curtains? No. Under the bed? No. I'm still terrified of monsters under the bed. If I like get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, I have to take a 6-foot leap into my bed just in case there's something under there that's waiting to grab my feet as I go into bed.
Yeah.
No, I think ghosts are for real. I think, I don't think it's that big a leap to believe in aliens than to believe in where our souls go in the afterlife.
Aliens, I think, is a little.
Do you think now that you believe in spirits that it would? I was going to say, now that you believe in spirits, that it would be a little bit different to maybe star in a horror movie. I always thought that if you're in a horror movie, because I heard really bad things about The Exorcist, how most or every original cast member died a horrific death after filming that movie.
They did?
Did they? Is that true?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm sure the little girl didn't. I'm pretty sure she's still alive. I read an interview with her recently, as in the past 5 years, I think. Maybe I could be wrong.
That's scary.
There was a movie that they filmed, and it was like, about an evil spirit, and then one by one everyone started dying. I remember that one. But maybe it was Poltergeist. That's it. Not The Exorcist. I haven't watched any of them. I don't do horror. I hate horror.
No.
I haven't seen the Poltergeist.
I don't want
Exorcist
anything.
Definitely. And I watched the new Rosemary's Baby on NBC. Saw that. Zoe Saldana. I thought it was okay. I like the original movie better.
Great.
Oh, she's great.
Powerhouse, yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's all I can say.
So you wouldn't be deterred doing a horror movie that was based around spirits?
No, not at all. Not at all. I did a slasher movie last year, and I was more creeped out by that. Because, I don't know, there's something, I don't know, I was more creeped out by I'm more creeped out by the stranger in the jacket than the dead stranger. Do you know what I mean?
I understand that.
You're right. I see. I know that in China, supernatural movies are forbidden, so they will not make or show any supernatural movies because they're very, very superstitious.
I didn't know that. Maude, you're teaching me tonight. You're my teacher. You're my mentor.
Well, you know that I think it's in China where they won't have the a 4th floor or a 13th floor in any building, because 4 is the word for hell. It's a symbol of the word for hell, and 13 is unlucky and it's superstitious. So yeah.
Oh wow. Very interesting.
And sometimes they've completely remade endings of movies.
Yeah. Wow.
No 13th floor. Yeah.
I've done that.
Wow.
Airplanes as well. No 13th floor.
No, exactly.
Seen that.
Has anyone else got any ghost stories? I am so fascinated by ghost stories. So if anyone's got one, Maddie, Ziana, I would love to hear.
Do you know what?
I've got one.
It's gonna sound weird. I have one, but it's one that's kind of stuck with me my whole life. I remember once when I was like 10, like when I was growing up in Dubai, and it was very.
You grew up in Dubai?
Yes, but there weren't many people. Like it was when it was like really small, and I remember I lived in a compound full of, there was like 1,000 expats, whatever, living in this gated community, and I think I used to sleepwalk and not realize that I was sleepwalking, and I don't know if this is a ghost story. I could have just dreamt it, but I remember once I had this dream, or maybe I was awake, I don't remember, but I went out into my garden, and it was like the desert, and I thought I was sinking. Like, I felt like I was, like, being, like, pulled down, like, in this quicksand, and and eventually, like, I woke up and I was like, oh, like, it's okay. But then when I looked at my feet were covered in sand. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, so I don't know if it was real or not. I don't know if I sleepwalked or if it was real. I don't know. But it scared the shit out of me. And since then, I handcuffed myself to a bed. No, I don't. But it's just terrible.
Oh my. A massive shout out to at the Lady Jedi, who is from the complete other side of the world to not only America but to Australia, and it's 4 a.m. where she is.
Oh no.
She said, "It is 4 a.m. and this is not the right time to talk about all that stuff." And there's a shout out also to all the birds in your yard, Julian. That
I
are
don't know
making
if it's me or Julian, so I'm.
Is it annoying?
Quietly move.
Is it annoying?
I think we're going to try and
do you want me to move inside? Do you want me to move inside?
Oh no, I just flushed everybody.
If you are going to move inside, do it while I'm telling my ghost story.
Alright, I'll move inside.
Oh, did you? Screenshot.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to tell you this story that I've got, though.
Okay.
Right.
I'm listening as I
Okay, so this was in 2011 or 2012 when I was hosting a radio show called the Hot 30 Countdown. Five nights a week, and I think it was Friday the 13th that we had, and we decided to do a bit of a Halloween or horror special for it. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard of, Maddie, you used to live there, the Waterloo Hotel in the Rocks in Sydney.
Yeah, I know it. That's right up the road from my house.
So if no one knows this, there it is. So the Waterloo Hotel is apparently incredibly haunted by 3 different ghosts. So back in the heyday, this is like before or around the wartime, they would get young men in there and they'd get them totally plastered, and Rosemary, Rosie, who was the kind of prostitute little hussy woman, would get them very, very, very drunk, and so they passed out on a trapdoor. And then you'd have George, who would be underneath, who would pull the trapdoor. They'd fall a floor through into the basement, and there would be a tunnel, and the tunnel's still there, Maddie, a tunnel all the way out to the quay, where there would be a big ship waiting, and they would load up all the passed out young men onto the ship to take them off to sail and go onto the war and to work, pretty much. Kidnap them.
That's next to my house.
Yeah.
The river of Waterloo is next to my house.
Yes, okay, so...
next to it. I'm not even joking.
Rosie, the prostitute, her spirit's still there. George's spirit is still there, and then there's another one, and it was a 19-year-old kid who had the same thing happen, he was fed a lot of alcohol, fell through the trapdoor, broke his neck. So they killed him. He sticks around there as well. We know this because we got official ghost hunters in. They had all the equipment. We went down to the basement. We were filming the show, and there was like, there were 3 seats kind of positioned around, and the barometers or whatever these things are called, they're like, all of like that. And there was like another thing that measured, I don't even know, the ectoplasm or whatever that was in the room, and that kept climbing as well.
EVP, electronic voice phenomenon.
Is that it?
I watch Ghost Hunters in school. That's what I've learned.
There you go. So we're in this room, and they're freaking out because they know these ghosts are here, and they love this, and so they're feeding on all of this. But there was like, oh, yep, we've got George sitting in the seat just there. Rosie's hanging around wondering what we're doing here. And I'm like, ugh. So when we're all talking, we're looking into this tunnel where they used to drag the young men out to become sailors. And a rock was thrown, and no one was around there. And it was kind of at an angle from the roof that went down. And I shat myself. I was like, this is not cool. Like, I get so psyched out and scared. So, yeah, exactly. I was like, guys.
Yeah.
And then on 3 separate occasions, when someone's trying to walk past you, and they'll just kind of calmly put their hand on the small of your back as they walk past.
Yeah.
That happened 3 times, and I was like, no one was behind me. But I felt the hand on the small of my back. I was like, who's there? What's that? Who's doing that? And everyone's like, what are you talking about? I was like, that's not the worst part. None of this is the worst part. The worst part is that I had a really bad feeling after the show. My producers and my co-hosts were like, that was awesome. I don't believe any of that shit, as if it's not true at all, but that was a great show. I'm white, I'm like, I don't know. I don't feel right, guys. I don't feel right. And they're like, you're such a pussy. I am. I'm a massive pussy. I'll give you that. But I went home that night. Yeah, and I just felt weird. And then I woke up in the morning and I was telling my roommate, who's the most normal, beautiful girl in the world. She's got a regular job. She's a regular person. And I remember I was like, God. And last night she goes, what the hell happened last night? And I told her the exact story that I told you. And she's like, you brought a spirit home with you last night? I was like, I'm sorry, what?
Is that a code
she
word?
Goes, I've never really had to tell many people this, but I can see ghosts. I'm very capable of seeing ghosts. It was quite a fun thing to start off with, but now that's quite invasive. And basically there was one sitting on my bed in the middle of the night. Yeah, and I'm like, I am so sorry. And she's like, that's okay, and there's like techniques that people can use if they're able to, if they're like a seer of, the paranormal world or whatever, they emit like a gold aura that can protect them. Yeah, like a gold. Anyway, she's telling me all about it. My mouth is on the ground, and I was just like, so there was a ghost following me the whole time. And so I freaked out about that one. But I've got another friend who's a spiritual advisor, and he said there's two types of people. There's those that are very in tune with the dead, which is what my roommate was. She was very in tune with the dead, and she could communicate or she could see the spirits. And then there's the people like me, and they're very, very in tune with the living. Right. So I'm very, I'm very empathetic. I feel a lot of other people's emotions for them. Right. But basically, he said a ghost could be teabagging me, and I would have no idea.
But did so that's. Go away? To leave?
Yeah. An unfortunate turn of phrase.
But yeah, so I love and relish in the fact that I have never seen a ghost, and I never will, because I just don't have that ability. Right. But there are people out there that can see ghosts. Anyway, we've got some questions coming in from viewers. We've got one here who from My Ghost Dance Floor says the Omen and the Poltergeist have had weird curse stories. But yeah, everyone who's been in the Poltergeist trilogy is now dead. Bit creepy.
No way.
So that's a legit.
So weird.
That is a legit thing. Yeah. Oh. It's absolutely crazy. And shout out to Marcus. Thank you so much for joining us, Marcus. As every week you are here and says, as usual, we were late. Mwah, love you too.
Yeah. If only you knew things. If only you knew.
Yeah. If only you knew. So, Spooked, it's not only just supernatural, but it's not just ghosts, but they're aliens and extraterrestrials. And what other kind of supernatural species will we stumble across in Spooked?
Oh, well, each episode's a different, famous supernatural entity. Although in the second episode, we do go into Alien Town. But yeah, just, all different, we just kind of go into the supernatural genre and pull out a favorite, and off we go with the cool little guest stars like Dishan Lockman, another Australian. You know Dishan? Do you know Dishan?
Have I met Dishan? No.
Yeah.
That's a name I would remember.
Oh, she's rad. She was in the Dollhouse with
Oh yeah.
House.
That's her! I just never knew how to say her name, because on paper, you just sit there trying to get your tongue around a lot of consonants. Yeah. Yes, I know her. She's doing really well over here.
Yeah, she's a great girl. She's in our first episode. So it was nice to have a little Australian little kick-off for the first step. And then I think, they've gone back into the writing room for some more episodes. So, they're exploring lots of different supernatural antagonists. It should be good.
Is there anything that you've learned about supernatural, or you said recently you just had a ghost experience that's completely changed your concept on the whole thing. Is there anything else that you've heard or learned that's completely kind of changed your mind on it as well?
Oh, well, when I was in high school, like you said, how your roommate is the most normal person, blah 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 blah, and they see the dead. It was a shock to you. So my really good friend in Australia, he's the most normal guy that I know. And he had a moment where he was walking upstairs and he slipped.
Yeah.
And he fell backwards, but he caught himself, and then he heard someone whisper to him, "Not yet."
No.
Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? And the thing is, he's not he's the most sensible guy I know. Like, he thinks what I do with my life is insane. He's so sensible. So for that to come out of his mouth, I was like, that is cray.
Wow. But also, I think when we associate spirits, we always just assume that they're evil and that they're out to hurt us. But this spiritual friend of mine who told me that, you know, some people can connect with the dead, some people can't. He said most of the time it's family, so it's people of the, you know, and they're looking after their lineage. So it's a great aunt or a grandmother or a grandfather, and they are sticking by just to watch out for everyone. So they are there guiding us. And so this "not yet" thing could have been like a, you know, honestly, a protection.
Wow.
Like,
what I missed out of the chapel story is that the chapel is built on a children's graveyard.
Oh, no. No.
I missed that major detail out.
Never to visit that place in my life.
You can't make that shit up, man.
Yeah,
there was a virus that went through the town that knocked everyone out.
Oh my god. Shane Ashby has he's commented on the YouTube channel right now. If you like the story, click like. Shane has said, I remember once that I went into an old abandoned mental asylum. Of course you did.
Oh, of course you did.
That's a Friday night, you guys.
Yeah, I'm going out later. So the more abandoned, the more mental asylum, the better. And this one's in Northam in Western Australia, and walked into a room and felt something touch my shoulder. I thought it was the wind, but a whispered voice said, "Leave." Next second, there was a huge bang, and I bolted.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have gone in. I would have just been like, "Are we out here?" Yeah.
It's like here in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, they do cemetery screenings. So there's a big cemetery. Alicia, who
we go to that. We drove past that the other day at the Hollywood Cemetery.
So that's it, the Hollywood Cemetery, and they put movies on. There's an Alfred Hitchcock movie tonight that's screening.
I can't go tonight, but let's go to the next one. Us three. Paranormal. Let's do it.
But what?
Are you in LA at the moment?
Huh?
Are you in? Is Madeline? Are you in LA at the moment? Oh, I didn't realize that.
I'm outside of LA now, but yeah, I'm living in LA. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were in Sydney.
No,
sorry, at the moment.
Just FYI, also, my phone has less than 10% battery, and there's the power out, so I can't.
Game on. Game on.
All right.
Disconnect.
Let's punch.
I'm not coming back.
Let's punch this out. We've got Sandy Hooper who wrote in saying, my friend's mum is all into spirits and stuff. After a weekend with them, I was driving 4 hours home, had headphones in, and heard a click. I looked around, and my headlights had been turned on. I rang my friend and asked her what the fuck her mum had done. Her mum laughed and said, Archangel Michael tried telling me, but he didn't listen, so he just did it himself. Turned the lights on for her because she was driving home in the dark. See, so this is a protective thing. I like that.
There's too many stories out there for it not to be real. That's how I
have a story.
Go on.
I forgot. I can't believe I forgot. But I have to tell you. I'll tell you quickly.
Yep.
I went to San Francisco earlier this year, and we were staying in this old style like hotel in like the middle of San Francisco, and we were Googling it to see if it was any good because we'd never been there, and it was like, haunted experience, like ghost sightings, whatever, and we were like, okay, it's probably just a gimmick, whatever. Anyway, middle of the night, go to sleep, and next minute, Craig's shaking me, and he's like, Madeline, wake up. And he never calls me that. He never calls me Madeline. So I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what? And the lights were on, like our bedside lamp was on. I was like, what the fuck do you want? And he's like, did you turn the light on? I'm like, no, I'm asleep. And he's like, I didn't turn it on either. And we were both just like this, like lying in bed. like we were scared. We were like, maybe we should just sleep with the lights on. And we tried to, and then we were like, no, we'll turn it off. But we made a pact. We turned it off, and we were like, if it turns on again, we're leaving. I was like, that's it, we're out. If it turns on again, we're leaving. That's it. Fuck this shit. I can't believe I forgot that story. I'm sorry.
But like movies like The Conjuring and Insidious, I think definitely The Conjuring is based on a true story. And I know this because I had to.
I've ever seen.
I had to watch The Conjuring for work because I interviewed the stars for it. But not only did I watched it like this. I can't stand it. It's not. I would exorcist vomit if I saw a horror movie. I'm just not about it.
Yeah.
But on the red carpet for the movie for The Conjuring, I spoke to, based on a true story, one of the girls that lived in their house where her mother got possessed by an evil spirit, and she's like, it happened. I was there. She's like, in her mid-60s now. And she told me all of these things, and like my hand's shaking when I was interviewing her. And she's like, I've written books about it now. I'm so glad that I can tell my story because by doing that, so many people have come to me with their stories. It's a real thing.
That scared me. That scared me.
What just happened?
My phone just said.
Guys, I'm really not good with being scared. Anyway, she said that when they finally, were able to release the spirit from the mother and they left the house, she goes, I turned around and there it was standing out the window staring at me. I was
Oh my
like,
God.
See, they're real. They're real. In conclusion, they're real.
Don't say that.
They are real.
They're real. They're real.
At the
They're
Lady
coming to get you.
Oh, no.
At the Lady Jedi, I said, okay, let's talk about puppies, or we can talk about Ziana's Batman top, which she adores. Let's talk about something else.
Oh, thank you.
Let's talk about something else. It is black milk. It's a beautiful cozy as well.
It's actually a swimsuit, not a top.
So,
I've just been water skiing.
Togs if you're from Queensland, right? Togs.
Right. Togs, yeah.
Yeah.
Aussie, yeah.
Julian, we've got more audience questions that have come in through the email. You can always email us at geekbombshells@gmail.com. He said, do you feel that as an actor that you've had a positive impact on the nerd/geek culture or how people view it?
Whoa. Oh, I haven't really thought about that. I don't know. I feel like this is my first foray into having an impact on the geek culture. Do you know what I mean?
Bullshit. That's my bullshit buzzer because this isn't the first time you've done a geeky show. You appeared in Legend of the Seeker, which was on the Seeker.
Oh, of course.
The Seeker. Oh my God.
Oh, but I was so terrible on it. Well, then I've had a terrible impact. I've had a terrible impact on geek culture. I've had a terrible impact.
What was the Legend of the Seeker like?
I just got a beetroot red.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Legend of the Seeker. Are you kidding me? I love that. It was so good.
It was definitely fun. It was fun and
that was in New Zealand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it in New Zealand and he wanted me to go super weird, which I did. And I watched it back and I was like, I can't watch that. I can't watch it.
You never go full weird.
Those Greek robes just was not for my body type.
But
it was fun. It was fun.
Do you think that's teaming up
in that season 2 where they found this? What is it? The stone of something? The stone of crying? Stone of tears? Stone of tears.
Stone of tears. Yeah.
So that was a big moment in the books. So
Wait,
hopefully.
Julian, answer my question. Who did you play?
I don't even remember the name, you guys, but it was someone who had the stone of tears. It's terrible.
Were you like a snotty teenager?
Long time ago. That was a long time ago.
Were you very snotty in the show, or am I just making that up in my head?
I was kind of like this cult leader who was kind of weirdly bisexual with all his cult people. At least that was my direction. And I tried to bring that in, but I don't know if that read.
Be bisexual. You don't have a choice.
Exactly. So I was like always rubbing my cult people. And then I had the Stone of Tears, but I forget what the Stone of Tears did. It was so long ago.
Something to do with the other realm where Panis Ral was.
Wow, Ziana, look at you go.
Wow.
I can't remember. It was so long ago.
I know. Oh god, I can't believe I've forgotten about that. That's so weird.
I just love that name, Panis.
Okay, so the answer to the question is I've had a negative impact on geek culture.
Do you feel like you're kind of stepping into it a lot more now? I mean, obviously, Spooked isn't out until June 4, but you're a part of the Geek and Sundry family now. Do you think that?
Oh, yeah, no, thrilled actually, and you know, I saw Maude, but I didn't realize I'd seen Maude at Tabletop Day because they did this thing where it was like board games everywhere, the only kind of full-on kind of geek culture board game I've ever played is Heroes Quest, and that was when I was a kid.
Nice.
So I was like, if I don't have Heroes Quest, I'm fucked. So I was in there, and then blonde girl waved at me from like the VIP table, and then I was so like just trying to like, and then I said to Derek, who plays Elliot in the show, I was like, hey, everyone's so friendly, they wave like they know you. Because she actually did know me. And but anyway, I did find a game that I could play, which was, and I have it here, they gave it to me.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, Name 5, which is basically a rip-off of Scattergories, but that was kind of...
I love Scattergories.
That was my entry point. But no, I love them all at Geek and Sundry. They're so friendly and...
We'll have to have a game night, because I've got Cards Against Humanity and Munchkin, so I'm, if you want to be part of the geek world, I'm happy to kind of, introduce you to it slowly.
Because, I did try and play Munchkins, but I'd had a little too much of my good friend Jim Beam, and so I wasn't quite, you know what I'm saying?
Jimmy can do that with you. Yeah.
That was the day where I had vodka and decided to put Gatorade with it, a red one and a blue one, and I called it my health potion and my mana potion.
Very good.
So this is what you can look forward to when you two become a geek. Like, that's how your mind goes. Here is the picture for everyone playing at home. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, nice. You were prepared.
Yeah, so that was what I was trying to get through for everyone. I look very happy, don't I? Yes. But I just want to show everyone at home just how this hello went already. So I look up and there's Julian there, and I go, and he does this, really?
I did not. I would have smiled. It was
like a...
It would have been more like, I think I went, oh, I think I did that. I would have done that with front.
Oh, guess I'm not trying to be nice. We've lost the other.
And then it clicked.
I know.
You immediately.
You contacted me later. Yeah, you're like, that was you, wasn't it? And I was like, yeah, buddy. That was me. Yeah, blow at. We've lost Sienna. She has run out of battery on her phone, and she was only using the phone. So, unfortunately, we've missed out on her. But we'll wrap up the last few questions that were sent in. And don't forget, if you have any at Geek Bombshells or write in the comments section below. This is an acting question. Obviously, we've got a budding actor that would love to know, what are some of the techniques that you use for remembering lines? How do you think that maybe they could be used outside of the realm of acting?
Yeah, remembering lines, it's the fundamental thing, but I'm so terrible at it. It takes me forever to learn lines, but you know what? It doesn't take me long if it's really good writing. If it just makes sense.
Right.
It's like, I can read it twice and I'm ready to go, but if it's bad, you're just there. I tend to prefer to listen to my lines than read my lines, for whatever reason. I think it's about, like when you're at school and you got to work out if you're like an oral learner or a written learner. I think it's the same with lines. You've got to know how you learn.
Isn't it funny how you discover that? I have part listening and part visual. So get this, I didn't know this until, because I'm a television presenter and I would get pages of script as well. And for me, I would learn how many lines were in each paragraph and how big the lines were. And then when I said them, I would listen to the way that my sentence was said. So I would learn the inflections of how I said it. I don't even know, but that's my technique. And I didn't know this until... Yeah. So how I was like big paragraph, little paragraph, one line, big paragraph. And then I had someone on the day go, look, we've made some changes, here you go. And they reformatted the whole script. And instead of having it like a whole page, they reformatted it to be columns. And I was like, so these 3 lines that I was learning ended up being like 17 like lines. Oh, man. And I had no idea. And I was like, why is this so hard for me? And I was like, yeah, there you go.
Well, that's what I've learned about America versus, I feel like in Australia, the script is given to you months in advance because it's taken them 12 years to get the money to actually be on set. Well, in America, it's a lot faster. So they'll literally go, hey, we just rewrote that monologue. Can you do it? I'm like, oh. And it's like, I think I learn it. I learn it because I have to. It's like I am bad at lines, but if they give me a monologue and I've got to know it in 2 minutes, you just gotta fucking know it.
You gotta know it. Like, yeah.
It's just, there's no other options except crying.
Do you think that's why a lot of actors over here also do stand-up comedy? Because it's just like learning a giant monologue.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I attempted stand-up recently.
Oh, yeah? How'd you go?
Yeah, I'm not a stand-up, but I decided it's always been something I've feared a lot, and I decided for 1 week I'd go and do stand-up every night at a different venue. And, God, it was a learning experience, and the nights I did it by rote were terrible, and the nights I had a chat with them went terrific. So I feel like it's not about learning a monologue stand-up in a way. I think you've got to kind of, these people need to feel talked to, was my experience of it, but I'm no stand-up, as I discovered.
There you go. What the last question that I've got here for you, and I think it kind of ties in with all of this, what are the kind of changes and things? I didn't know I was being funny then. Maybe I should be a stand-up. What are some of the changes and things that you had to give up to be in the position that you're in now?
Oh, like the sacrifices of being an actor? Is that what you mean? Can you hear me? Hello?
I guess so. It's like, yeah, what kind of things do you have to put in, and what sacrifices do you have? Yes, I can now. Hello? Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, cool. I gotcha.
What things that you have to sacrifice to, become...
Yeah, I feel like there is a lot of personal sacrifices, I think. Yeah, I feel like, I'm watching friends at home and, starting families and getting married, and I think that's definitely a sacrifice, because you've got to kind of, in this acting world, and it's so unpredictable, and it can be the easiest ride in the world, and it can be the hardest ride in the world, and it can be everything in between, and you don't have a lot of control over it. And I think relationships is the toughest thing, I think.
Yeah.
What about
I know
you,
this because
Maude?
I've tried to date actors.
Yeah, it's well, like what about?
I've learned that lesson. I'm not going to date any more actors.
But I feel like that's got to be the same for you as well. Like LA is the worst town to meet anyone.
LA is Neverland. Everyone comes here. Everyone leaves their homes.
Everyone's Peter Pan. Everyone's Peter Pan.
Come here to have fun and to never grow up and to sacrifice families and becoming an adult so that you can fight the good fight and eat all this imaginary food.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking about Hook. To think of, to play out your goals, and because starting a family can get in the way of, I think it's the least responsibilities that you can kind of have, then the more than you can put into the passion projects and to what you want to do. So I'm the same. I've that's been on my mind a lot. What percentage of career and what percentage of sort of love and personal life, how it plays out, and am I okay with having one extremely more than the other? Yeah. And there's a good Aussie contingent here.
Yeah, and I think it's also very much like I feel like when you have the 9-to-5 job, usually you're doing that job so you have money to live on the weekend and to live at night. But I think when you do a job that you genuinely love, you live what you love. So it's kind of, you have different negatives and different positives. So it's hard to compare the two.
Yeah.
Is my experience anyway.
I mean, we're both in the entertainment industry, but the biggest differences between an acting and presenting is, I mean, I don't have to do auditions, and I think that is the most heart-wrenching. Man, hideous. I don't know how you do it.
My God, I don't know how I do it. I don't know. I honestly,
it's like for me, it would be like
good days and bad days. Yeah.
I just feel like it would be doing a speed date test with really, 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 really good-looking like Abercrombie models that were like really smart and they were scientists. And like, I just didn't have a chance.
Not for my role.
So every time I'd sit down for 5 minutes.
I didn't see the
But like, you know, when you put yourself out there, you're not doing the right job. No, but it's that kind of thing where it's like you go in going, I could be this person's taste. Like, you know, I could completely be what they want, but most of the time you're not. It's someone else. So it'd be like, hi, do you like me? And they're like, nah. You're like, okay.
And it's also when people criticize an actor and go, why did they do that role? It's like, you think they had a choice? that was the yes they got. That was the yes. And you hope the good projects are the ones you get a yes on. And I'm fortunate with Spooked that was a yes because I genuinely liked it. But it's rare. It's rare that yes comes along with something you genuinely like.
Dream role, would it be a movie, television? Would it be like what genre? Would it be like a murder mystery? Would it be like something serious, something comedic?
You know, like 5 years ago I would have said, you know, the indie film dramatic role, but I'm enjoying comedy so much. I'd love to keep going in this I don't really think like that with the dream role because, like I said, I don't have a choice in that world. But I'm a writer as well, and I'm kind of developing my own content. So I feel like Felicia Day is kind of a role model for me, and so it was cool to work with her because she's an actress that became Forbes Woman of the Internet. So she doesn't actually know how much I admire her. I haven't actually had that conversation with her, but that's my dream role, is to be someone in her position, which can give younger actors the opportunities, a good opportunities.
Hey Julian, you've officially made it into the geek world.
Oh really? I got there?
Do you know what it is? If you A, know who Felicia Day is, and B, admire and respect her as much as you do, you're actually a geek. There you go.
But you can't tell her. Don't tell her.
It'll be our little secret.
Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
I was going to say, it'll be our little secret. And then I realized that's creepy because we've been talking about ghosts.
I actually ran into her 2 days ago at a cafe, and she was with Carrie Preston, who's on The Good Wife. Do you know Carrie Preston?
Yes.
She's on True Blood as well. And I dig Carrie Preston. I think Carrie Preston is rad. And so I was like, and I played it so cool. And I'm only telling you this.
Did you though? Did you? You think it was cool, but then really it was like,
I played it cool. Like, usually I'm not cool, but I was like, hey, I really respect your work. And it's really, but in my head I'm like going, bruh, bruh, bruh. But you can't tell them that. We can't tell these women these things.
I've actually had the same thing happen where I met Nathan Fillion, and I interview celebrities for a living. But Nathan Fillion,
you must freak out. You must have freaked out with Angelina.
Nah, perfect. Like, honestly, when I was face to face, everything was fine. But when I met Nathan, same thing. I was like, hey, it would mean a lot if I could get a photo with you. I'm a big fan of your work. If it's too much trouble, it's totally okay. He took a photo. It was great. I was like, thank you so much. Have a good day. Went to the bathroom, sobbed my eyes out. I was
like, that's great. That's beautiful. I think that's rad. That's rad. That's rad.
So if you haven't seen the trailer for Spooked, we have put the link up on the Twitter page. So click through that one. Geek and Sundry's got all the details as well. It's out June 4th. Yes. Wednesday on Hulu, and if anyone doesn't have Hulu, can they have a look at it on YouTube?
Yeah, I think so, on the Geek and Sundry network for international audiences, yeah. But everyone else in America can watch it free on Hulu. There you
go, on the Geek and Sundry network.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Awesome!
Love it.
So excited. Thank you so much for dropping by Geeks Unleashed to talk about all things you.
Yes.
Yeah, I did too. And next time I see you, hopefully it'll be like, hello.
Okay. Okay.
It's fine. This has been Geek Bombs Geek Unleashed, and the bomb has been dropped.